Peace, 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 peace. Welcome to the Universal Temple. You and I verse all temple for the sun, planet, moon, and stars. I'm your Lord of Hosts, Lord Messiah. And today's topic, we're going to go into the Matrix. Not part one, not the reload, not the trilogy, but the new joint they got coming out, you know what I'm saying, around, so-called Christmas time. You know what I'm saying, which is really the time of the winter solstice, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the whole science of Heru and Set and the the sun rising 1 degree and all of that, 3 day death of the sun, and da 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 da. But however, now I don't want to set the premise and tell y'all about the joint first. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this clip, and I want y'all to get your own view on it, and then I'm gonna play it back, and then I'm gonna you know, and then we're gonna go, and then I'm gonna break down what I see in it. You know what I'm saying? So let me pull this back real fast. All right, so here we go, y'all. Boom.
Thomas, you seem particularly triggered right now. Can you tell me what happened?
I've had dreams that weren't just dreams. Am I crazy?
We don't use that word in here.
Hi.
Have we met? One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small, and the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall.
Time to fly.
If you want the truth, Mia, you're going to have to follow me.
The only thing that matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting, and why you will never give up. You don't know me. No?
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
Okay. So that was deep, right? So now I'm gonna run it back, and I'm gonna show y'all, what I saw in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Things that I seen. You know what I mean? All right, now I hope I don't mess this up, man, like I did last time. Go back. Okay.
Thomas?
All right. And I'm gonna break this down word for word, part for part. Now, as he's just started off, Thomas, he's calling Neo Thomas, or whose name used to be in the original Matrix, Anderson, Mr. Anderson. I don't know if it was Thomas Anderson. Was it Thomas Anderson? You know what I'm saying? But I know it was Mr. I know his last name was Anderson, but okay, let's just say his name was Thomas. Now, what I peeped from that name Thomas, now you know, in referring to the scriptures, Thomas Didymus, Thomas was supposed to be the doubter. He had doubt. You know what I'm saying? So in this, and as you see right now, Neo, or Thomas, as he's being called, Mr. Anderson, Neo, fuck that, Neo. I ain't gonna call him by a slave name. Neo. He's speaking to the psychologist right now, right? And now, see, now, Pete, right now, the science of this right now is that, like, Neo, he's supposed to be like back. They're supposed to be like back in the new world. Excuse me, back in the the regular world. Back in the public or whatever, so called. And he's having like flashbacks or memories of him being in the past, of him being like, like he told the psychologist, he says, I'm having dreams that weren't just dreams, And he said, am I crazy? And then the psychologist says, we don't use that word here, You heard, and you seen how the psychologist snapped too, because he was running hypnotism on Neo, And it's strange too, like, like you see Neo in this state as to where he's like not remembering what took place, So it's like he took the red pill, because the red pill is supposed to be the pill where you take the red pill, you're supposed to forget everything and then just be oblivious and just stay in the matrix, right? But the blue pill is supposed to show you the truth, and then you see how deep the rabbit hole goes, as they say, right? So all right, so let's go back into this, right? So then, and then boom, right? And then also you see, he said Thomas, right? And then you see the black cat, you see the butterflies, you see the human head on the thing, dealing with psychology, you know what I'm saying? You see the little crystal balls here, you know what I mean? Dealing with, futuristic prophecy and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? All these things are symbolic, The light, or the halo shaped light, is above this head right here, showing the halo, showing how to ascend, through the crown chakra via the pineal pituitary gland. You know what I mean?
You seem particularly triggered right now. Can you tell me what happened?
I've had
Now,
dreams that weren't just dreams.
pause. Now, he said, I've had dreams that weren't just dreams. And you seen how they just showed it before, how you seen the green screen and the numbers and everything, because that's how he was able to, once he was enlightened, he was able to see through everything and see the mathematical codes of everything, because everything in the universe is all mathematics. So anyway, he said, I've been having dreams that weren't just dreams. And he said, oh, can you tell me about it? You seem particularly triggered right now. And psychologists use certain words to do exactly that, trigger you. You know what I'm saying? So when he used that particular word, that made Neo say what he said, say that having dreams that weren't just dreams. He said, am I crazy?
Am I crazy? We don't use that word in here.
So that's to make him feel comfortable. Like, nah, you could say whatever you want to say. No, we don't use that word crazy. Nobody's crazy here. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever. But remember, everything he's saying, everything Neo's saying, that psychologist is writing down. That's why you're never supposed to let your children be evaluated by these so-called doctors. And, oh, we believe he needs to be evaluated. No, he may just have behavioral problems that need to be attended to or disciplined at home by the father in the home, if there is one. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, how Dr. Umar Johnson said, ADHD ain't no daddy at home disorder. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So anyway, so he's trying to psychoanalyze Neo right now, and everything Neo is saying, he's writing down. So remember that too. When you go see these shrinks and psychologists and all of that, you know what I'm saying? They be writing down everything you say, and all that they say is confidential. If you say anything that incriminates you or that makes you seem like you off the rocker, you off the meter, they going recommend your ass to that other type of psychologist, that other place. You know what I'm saying? Where you might be in a straitjacket looking at the white walls and shit. But anyway. Do the knowledge to the words, y'all. In the song right here, now listen. All right, peep that now also too. Now, Neo, why is Neo in the tub with a damn rubber ducky on his head? That's because being in the Matrix is kind of like similar, like being in war. Say all that stuff they went through in the Matrix, they was fighting and going to war and all that time. And now that he's out of the so-called Matrix and he's like back into regular society, like a person coming out of the army and going back into society, they're trying to cope with society and trying to remember things that they did when they weren't in that crazy world of war. You know what I'm saying? So now what is Neo doing? He's doing something symbolic of having a little rubber ducky in the tub, because this is what things you did when you was a child. And him as a grown man sitting there with a rubber ducky in the tub or whatever, but it just shows that he's going back to his childhood and, you know, reminiscing of things that he did he did when he wasn't you know, in that crazy world. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that's bringing him some kind of sense of sanity. You know what I mean? Now, peep that. See that handshake, right? Now you peep the handshake. Now you already know that that's a Masonic handshake. Now, what does Trinity do after she does the original grip, or how they call that, the bear grip, or the iron claw grip, or whatever they call it? She slides her thumb down to his.
Have we met?
One pill makes you larger.
Oh my gosh! Pardon me. You see, she slid her thumb down to his third knuckle. Now, and you know, so you see right there on the 1, 2, 3, the third knuckle. You know what I'm saying? And that shows the levels of masonry. Like if somebody if they give a handshake and somebody squeezes the first knuckle, that means that they're on their first degree. If they squeeze a second knuckle, that means they're on the second degree. If they squeeze a third knuckle, it means they're on the third degree. Now, Trinity being the tree, the triune, the number 3, Trinity, she squeezed the third knuckle, which is representing the Trinity. You understand? So that's also symbolic. And I just drew that up just like a little minute ago when I was watching the preview before. Like I said, every time I see this, I peep new things and new, you know what I mean? So I just paused that to slow that down. Slow it down so you could see. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's from this way going down, it'll be 1, 2, 3. Still the third knuckle, the middle finger, the middle, that's the third knuckle from either direction. You know what I'm saying? The third knuckle. So that is symbolic. That's a Masonic symbol right there. That's a Masonic handshake right there. And her sliding her thumb to his third knuckle, representing the third degree in Masonry, and representing her because she is Trinity, which represents the Trinity, the three in one, you know what I'm saying? The Trinity, triune, you know what I'm saying? So let's move on.
Have we met?
And she says, have we met? Now, Trinity already knows, you know what I'm saying? She knows, like I haven't seen this movie yet, but I'm just doing the knowledge because I have insight. And Trinity already knows who he is. But once again, she's going to lead, because wisdom, you know, and even though she represents tree, which is Trinity or understanding, she's also a woman, which is wisdom. And she represents the way. Wisdom is the way. So she's always showing Neo the way. Just like in the Garden of Eden, you know what I'm saying? Eve was the one to become, quote unquote, enlightened first. She ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And then now she didn't, you know, and I got that jewel from Young Pharaoh where, you know, how it says how she didn't try to rule over Adam and like keep him in the dark, like with no knowledge, like the so-called God was doing. So-called God was leaving Adam with no knowledge. He said, yo, you can eat of any of the tree of the knowledge, but the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you shall not surely eat. And the day you eat it, you shall die. So that means that if you get this knowledge, you're going to die. There's a death penalty for getting knowledge. But he was tilling the land and working the land. So wasn't that slavery? The same way we was picking cotton and doing all this work and tilling the land, but we couldn't get no knowledge. We couldn't learn how to read or write. And if we learned how to read or write, we would get hanged from a tree or killed. That's where that game Hangman come from. You know how you try to spell the word, and if you get the word wrong, you draw another part of the body and you hang the person? That's symbolic to the fact that yeah, every time you get the word wrong, you get hung. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact of the matter is that you wasn't supposed to know how to spell. And if you did learn how to spell, then goddamn it, you get hung. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that game Hangman come from. You know, when you playing that game in school. When I played that game in school, and just to brief this up, let me not be so long-winded. When I played that game in school, I was in front of the whole class and they was trying to spell the word. I made them spell out the word slave. And he was like, oh, yeah, exactly, man. Y'all know what y'all sitting here playing? You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even know the symbolism of this game. You know what I'm saying? What it's really meaning. So anyway, let's move on. So she says, have we met? She knows that they met before. And even if she doesn't know directly, she feels it in her spirit because she represents the Trinity, which is representing Isis, the Holy Spirit, you know what I'm saying? The mother of Heru, you know what I'm saying? And in this sense, in the sense of the movie, Morpheus would be like Osiris because even Trinity brought Neo to Osiris, and Neo would be like the Heru or the hero or the savior, you know what I'm saying? The solar Messiah. You know what I'm saying? In the whole sense of the Matrix, because he was the one, you know what I'm saying, Neo, the one, you know what I'm saying? He was the one that, you know what I'm saying, was realized what he had to realize, had that revelation, and you know what I'm saying, the all I seeing eye came open and he did what he had to do. So anyway.
One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small.
Pause. Now, see, when he took the first pill, it says one pill makes you larger. See the blue pill, right? Right after the handshake, have we met? Remember that? And then it says, listen to the words of the song as they're written right here. One pill makes you larger, one pill makes you small. So in other words, one pill makes your eye open up. Like the blue pill. The blue pill was supposed to be the one that makes you realize the truth and open up your eye, right? Now look what they put. See, look, what I'm trying to show y'all is the symbolism in the pictures they're showing are directly aligned with the words. So even when you're watching a music video or whatever, or whatever, you notice that the words are aligned with the scenes in the video. You know what I'm saying? So this is how they convey the message to you mentally. Even if you're watching a video and you turn down the volume and you can't hear the words, you can see through the movements of what people are doing, you can see certain things, you know what I'm saying, being played out or displayed in the video through movements. So they're speaking more to your third eye. So now it says one pill makes you larger. Now, after they showed the pill, look, see what they showed? They showed his eye opening up, because it's the eye. And even though they showed the physical eye, it's really symbolic of the third eye, which is the pineal gland. Your third eye, the black dot, your mind opening up. So one pill makes you larger and one pill makes you small. See, and in this one, now when you open your eye, your pineal gland is open and you can absorb the sunlight and convert that sunlight into melanin D, into vitamin D. That's how we got dark skin, hair, and eyes, and all that, all that kind of stuff. So now what I'm trying to say is that when your eye is open, you're absorbing the sunlight, like it says in Genesis 30:32 or 31:32. Jacob walked over the land of Peniel. And it says he walked over the land of Peniel, and the sun arose and he halted on his thigh. And it says that he saw God face to face and his life was preserved. So when the sun rose and he halted on his thigh, it's like, he was seeing God in the spiritual eye through the sun. He was meditating, like having an epiphany. And when he had that revelation, he was mind blown when he halted on his thigh, like, wow, like, oh snap, like boom. You know what I'm saying? And it says that he saw God face to face and his life was preserved. So now, being that God of the Bible is always trying to be some mystery God hiding behind the clouds or something like that. So it wasn't talking about seeing face to face, whatever. Even though they talk about Moses, they say Moses seeing God talk to God face to face as a man speak to his friend. So anyway, but dealing with Jacob though, it says that Jacob saw God face to face and his life was preserved. This was through the spiritual eye, through the spiritual eye. Same way he's looking up at the sun right now, and the sun arises. You know what I'm saying? Jacob halted on his thigh, meaning he had an epiphany. He was mind blown. You know what I'm saying? And he saw God face to face and his life was preserved. Now, doesn't another scripture, Jessica, I always bring this up, doesn't another scripture say no man shall see the face of God and live? So how does it say that Jacob how does it say, well, first of all, it said Moses seeing God, spoke to God face to face like a man speak to his friend, and he lived after that. Then it said that Jacob seeing God face to face and his life was preserved. So this means that his third eye his pineal gland was awakened by the sun. and his life was preserved, because when the pineal gland is activated, it produces the melatonin, and the melatonin converts into melanin, which gives us our dark skin. That's why we say black don't crack, and that's why black people live for so long, such a long age. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that means that his life was preserved through the melanin, through the melatonin. You understand? This is all science, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you read that book as a believer, then anyway, so it says one pill makes you larger, and you see how the eye opens up, right? But then when it says, and one pill makes you small, and then you see him right here where he's looking at the sun, but he's blocking, but he's putting his hand up, blocking out the sun. See, he's putting his hand up, blocking out the sun, because he can't take the sun. He can't see the sun, because the other pill makes you small, meaning the red pill puts you back into the matrix, and you can't see anything. You just go back to sleep. You like, oh man, whatever, man. But man, Messiah talking some crazy shit. What are you talking about, man? I don't see what he's seeing. How is he seeing all this stuff? I'm seeing it because my third eye is open. You don't see it because you in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? So, like the dude told you, we're going back to where it all began, back to the matrix. And that's what I'm trying to warn y'all of. And this is why I'm also doing this video for whoever sees it, to break this down to y'all that. And I can't believe even Keanu Reeves is playing this role, you know what I'm saying? Because he should know better. But anyway, because now this matrix right here is to do exactly what that dude said, put you back into the matrix, take you back to the matrix. Meaning they try to put you back into it. Of course, they're going to use all the graphics and the karate and the fancy and the high definition moves and all that, and all the the scenery and all that stuff. But that's just to allure you into, the hype of the whole concept. And then through the stuff they say in the movie, they're going to be brainwashing you. So that's why you got to pay attention to words and listen to things. So like I said, one pill makes you larger where your eye opens up. You know what I'm saying? And then the other pill makes you small where you can't take the light of the sun. You can't stare, as they say, you can't stare into the face of God. You can't stare into the light of the sun. It hurts you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hear knowledge. You don't want to hear truth because it hurts your eyes. It hurts your third eye, your brain. You got to think and use your brain, which is so lazy and mentally dead. So, wake up.
And the ones that mother gives you don't know anything at all. Go out.
Pause. Now, as we go back, right, if you notice, he looked in the elevator, right? You see, now do the knowledge this. It's another jewel. How everybody's on their phone. Look, this woman, she got the plugs in her ear. She's looking all on her phone. This lady, she's all down on her tablet. Everybody's looking on the tablet. She got the big headphones on that thing. He got the headphones on. Everybody's all down on their phone, on their tablet. All this technology, aka tricknology, distracting us. So nobody is paying attention to anything. But look at Neo. He's doing the knowledge to all of them, looking around at them like, yo, all of you are all caught up in technology. None of you are paying attention to anything. And you don't realize, like, yo, if we were to be attacked right now, none of you would be paying attention. But you don't realize the silent weapons for quiet wars or something like that. You know what I'm saying? As to meaning where you don't even see the attack. Like, see, even though he don't got no headphones on and no nothing on, and he's not looking down at no tablet, nothing like that. He can see everything going on while everybody else is blind. You know what I'm saying? And if there was an attack, he would be at least on point. But what the people don't see right here is that they are all under attack already. Because look, they're all tuned into the technology, which is all distracting them from nature and what's really going on around them. So now peep how Neo does this one thing, which is one of the aspects of knowledge: to look, listen, observe. Also, as my shirt says, respect. Respect. Re means to do again. Spect means to look. So when you respect, that means you look again. You give another look. You know how, like, when you see certain people with their culture clothes on, and you might like look back and, oh, I've never seen nobody dressed like that. And then you might observe, you might do the knowledge to them. Then that second look, that respect, or that whatever made you look again, made you start to look, listen, and observe them and then say, oh, okay, maybe they're this type of religion, or maybe they're this type of person, or you might see a person all back, like, yo, he might be a FBI agent or something, or you see a person looking kind of suspicious, like, yo, this nigga police, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you do the knowledge of things, and then you take another look. But as far as in a more politer light, as far as if you see like a person wearing a culture clothes or something, you say, oh, they might be of this culture or this religion or whatever. And then you, after you did the knowledge, you look, listen, observe, you respect them. You know what I'm saying? You respect their culture, or you respect their religion, or you respect their whoever, you know, they are and how they carry themselves and present themselves. So anyway, people how look what Neo does. He looks up. Neo, he looks up. You know what I'm saying? See his head going up? Neo, he looks up. While everybody else, and see, and there's a mirror above the thing, but the way they're showing it is if like you can see from the bottom up, you know what I mean? As if like maybe there's a camera through this mirror. You know what I'm saying? Looking down at you. So while you all stuck on your cameras and your phones and your tablets and all of that, you're being watched. As they say, the eye in the sky, big brother. That's another Masonic saying. The eye in the sky is watching us all. You know what I'm saying? Big brother is watching us all. But hey, my big brother, the only big brother of my father is Allah, the all-seeing eye, which is a universe, which sees all. So that's the only thing I'm worried about watching my actions. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, fuck these damn cameras. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't doing nothing to break your so-called laws, so I ain't worried about your cameras. But anyway, so, but yeah, but going back to the words of the song too, she said, one pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small, and the ones that mother gives you doesn't do anything at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's true. Like, remember when you was little and mother used to give you those little vitamin pills and these little this and that and all these other little pills and stuff. And them pills ain't really doing much at all. Just like these doctors be lying to these people. Back in the days, it was a real big thing where they used to give these people sugar pills. The pill wasn't nothing but a pill of sugar. It would taste sweet, and you would take it and all of that, and you would think, and the doctor would tell you, oh, this is going to make you better. Take 2 of these a day and come back to me next month, and you're going to feel better. And see, but what they're doing is all manipulation, is mental manipulation, because they understand the law, they understand psychology, and they know to understand the law of attraction, that the thoughts that you think are the thoughts that come into your environment. So if you're thinking, because in your mind heals your body. So if you're thinking like these pills are making you better, oh, the pills are making you better. It's not the actual pills that are making you better. It's just your thoughts and you concentrating on getting better, and you thinking every day like, yo, I'm working toward getting better. I'm getting better. That's why your mind is healing your body. It's not the damn sugar pill. But that's why they say, and the ones that mother gave you doesn't do anything at all. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And you see him like just throwing the pills in the garbage. I mean, it's like in the sink, as if like he's about to flush them down the sink or something. Or you know, now the science is that. But remember, this is the blue pill. Why are you throwing away the blue pill? See, I guess like maybe at this point in the movie, he wasn't really ready to accept the truth. He wasn't really to deal with the truth, because as you can see, you go back, you know, so you see on the little thing I'm pulling up, you see who gave him the pills after he met Trinity. Trinity must have gave him the pill. She must have gave him the blue pill. See, he's putting the pill in his hand right after he met Trinity. Did we meet before? And then boom, now he got the pill. And remember, the song says one pill makes you larger. And he took the pill and his eyes opened up. He was looking all in the mirror like, oh shit, like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he had a change in mind because the pill opened up his mind. And then when he came back out, they showed how, you know, he was blocking the sun and he couldn't see or whatever. Maybe the pill wore off or something. And then they showed him throwing the pills in the sink. Like, nah, he was probably denying it. Like, nah, I don't want to face this reality. I just want to stay in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people want to do. They don't want to face reality. They want to stay in the matrix. They want to stay asleep. You know what I'm saying? So they'll deny. You know what I mean? So they show him dumping the pills in the thing.
Go ask Alice.
Pause. Go ask Alice. And you see, right directly when they say go ask Alice, she closes the book. And what is she reading? Alice in Wonderland. Because everybody likes to be like Alice in Wonderland. Just, hey, oblivious to everything. Hey, go ask Alice, right? Hey, but what you mean go ask Alice? Alice don't know nothing. She in Wonderland. You know what I'm saying? She's full of wonder. She's in the land of wonder. She's wondering what's going on. She don't know. She don't got a clue. She's in Wonderland. You know what I'm saying? Living a fantasy instead of facing reality. So now, as you see, go ask Alice, but now do the knowledge. And now you see the lady, right? As she slams the book down, you see her, she's come on. She's smiling, like she got this smile on her face, like, you know what I'm saying, go ask Alice, as if like he probably came to her. Now I'm assuming, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming that maybe this woman here in this Matrix movie is the Oracle. Maybe I'm not saying for definite because I haven't seen the full movie yet, but maybe she's the Oracle. Because when it says go ask Alice, who did everybody go to? You know, they went to the black woman. They went to the Oracle. The Oracle, the prophetess, the one who's going to tell you the future, the ones who's going to tell you what you need to know to figure out what you need to know. So, you know what I'm saying? Now, now it says go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. And that's symbolic of, as you can see, look at Neo. All right, let me just play it so you'll see it. But Neo, he's about to look in the mirror and he's, all right, I didn't peep that because maybe that picture got some symbolicness to it before they close, because you know they on a specific page. What is that showing? It's showing a tree with the roots in the grass. Looks like something around the tree. But anyway, I'll go back into that another time. But anyway, so go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall.
When she's 10 feet tall.
Oh, and I caught it at a good thing. Now you see how he's looking in the mirror, but he's seeing himself at an old age. And then his face is about to change back to young. So when it says, go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall, 10 feet tall is symbolic of meaning reaching her height and age, as they show symbolically to him. They showing him looking in the mirror and him seeing himself as an old man. So in other words, who do you want to go to for the knowledge and the wisdom? You want to go to the elders. You know what I'm saying? So when it says go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall, and then he goes to the Oracle, who's reading the book Alice in Wonderland, you know what I'm saying, peeping the symbolic jewels in that book. And then, you know, they show him, it says, go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. So that is symbolic to him to being at an older age, and also having the, you know, the knowledge of the cipher. So, you know, you see him going from an old age, looking at himself in the mirror as an old age, but going back to a younger age, which means, like I said, and this is right after he's seen the Oracle, which is like I said, the Oracle is the one who's going to give you the knowledge of the future. You know what I'm saying? So now, after he got that knowledge and he looks in the mirror, which is his reflection, he can see into the future. Y'all get it? Am I breaking this shit down, y'all? Are y'all peeping these jewels? I'm just trying to show y'all how the mind of Lord Messiah works. This is how I see things. So when I looked at this trailer, this is what I seen. And like I said, I just peeped it just a couple minutes ago, and I'm peeping more things, and I'm peeping more things as I'm going through it now. But anyway, so this what I be seeing. I don't just be like, oh, in the Matrix, like, yo, that was hot. Yo, you see that? Oh shit, look at the karate and all that. And nah, man, it's just some deep ass shit. So anyway, let's go.
Time to fly.
Time to fly. Now, see, everything is lining up. Now, after he got the knowledge from the Oracle, well, first of all, he got the knowledge from Trinity, which opened up his eye. Then he went, then he accepted it. Then he went to the Oracle to get the knowledge so he could see into the future. Now, as you can see into the future, now through your mind's eye, through the third eye, the pineal gland, you can fly. You can soar through the universe. As now he's telling him it's time to fly. Cause see now, but this is the thing though. Like I said, now, which brings me into, and this is even every time I'm seeing this more and more, which is convincing me more and more that this is what it's drawn up to. in this particular Matrix, I'm thinking that they kind of gave a shift to Morpheus. Because now I'm assuming that this dude here is supposed to be Morpheus. And for one, I'm kind of upset because, like, I mean, I know Lawrence Fishburne ain't gonna be young forever. He can't play in every Matrix movie. But damn, shit, Keanu Reeves damn near the same age. He playing in this shit. They could have got Lawrence Fishburne, the original Morpheus. But anyway, they got this all this stuff, but this fake ass Wesley Snipes looking nigga playing Morpheus and shit, right? So now the first thing he says to Neo, as far as in the trailer, time to fly. But he's offering Neo the red pill, bringing him back into the Matrix. And now another jewel I'm about to that I peep from this is that I think that in this movie, like as he's about to tell this guy, I don't know if his name is Morpheus in the movie, but whoever, I guess he's supposed to be the Morpheus for this movie, but this guy's about to tell Neo something. Oh, this is why you're never going to give up and you're fighting and da-da-da. He says, and Neo's like, man, you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? It was like, psh. And so now I'm thinking like, okay, maybe there's another twist on this as far as Morpheus' character. I hope he's not like going against them, but I seen them like they were working together though, so I don't think he's like going against them, but they were just like testing each other in the Matrix. However, when he says time to fly, right? So now my thing is that Morpheus has always been in the Matrix. I don't know if Morpheus has ever been like if he was a real person or if he was like if he's a design of the Matrix, you know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is that what I'm seeing is that Neo is now showing Morpheus things from another perspective of reality, being that Neo is an actual real, human, so to speak, and he's been on both sides. I mean, not saying that Morpheus and them didn't come out of the Matrix and go into the real world too, as far as the movie is concerned or whatever. But I'm saying that Neo definitely has, and in his mind, it's real because he has all the memories. So like I said, as he's talking to the psychologist, he says, I'm having dreams that weren't just dreams. So like I said, like a person that's having like a post-traumatic slavery disorder, we have flashbacks on the past, or a person coming out of the military having what they call post-traumatic stress disorder, whatever shit they suffer from the army and all that. Yeah, my girl about to come in and interrupt me. She's hear me doing my live. But anyway, so they got stress from the military or whatever. So now he's sitting there talking to the psychologist and having like flashbacks and thinking like, yo, am I crazy? Like, I'm not crazy, right? He's like, the psychologist like, nah, we don't use that word here. But he's writing down everything he fucking say. So then afterwards he can label your ass crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, feel comfortable. Say whatever you want to say. But I'm recording and writing down every damn thing you say. So as soon as you say some shit that sounds like it's one of the definitions in our psychology books, we're gonna slap that damn definition on your ass and then send you to the doctor so you can take some drugs. And then you'll really be in the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Because the mind, the pharmaceutical drugs are mind-altering substances. You know what I'm saying? Which can chemically throw you off balance. So anyway, so now he's offering him the red pill, and he says, time to fly. So let's go. Pause. And I peeped this too. I don't know if y'all peeped this before, but I peeped it just now. Well, not just now, before I peeped it before. But he's handing him, before it looked like he had the red pill in his hand, right? But now as he's handing him, look, you see the black hand right here, this is supposed to be Morpheus' hand. He's handing him the blue pill, but in the reflection of what Neo is grabbing or reaching for, the pill is red. So, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to say. So now is it symbolic of Morpheus is showing him the truth of the Matrix? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you took the blue pill and you know the reality of the real world, but now let me show you what's going on in the Matrix. But now, like I said, remember, Neo still has the memory of the real world and the Matrix. So now he's about to show Morpheus something new. And this is why he says, part of self. And if you go chasing rabbits, now you heard she said with that, right? And if you go chasing rabbits, and that's another thing. Now they showed the rabbit right here, right? Now, and the rabbit is on the arm of This woman right here, is that not the? Now, I don't know if it's the very same woman that played in the original Matrix movie, but she was the woman. Remember in the first Matrix movie when they knocked on his door and they gave him that, because Neo, what he was, his hustle in the real world, his hustle was like he was on some like computer hacker shit, some real smart computers. He was selling certain download files and all types of shit like that. So remember when the people knocked on the door and they got that file from him? That's how he was making his money. That was his hustle and shit. So anyway, the woman, remember when she came to the door, they showed she had that tattoo on her arm, the tattoo of the rabbit. Now, what's the science of the rabbit? As we know, as like you said, you take the red pill and you go back to sleep, you go back into the matrix and whatever. But you take the blue pill, like Morpheus told Neo, you take the blue pill and you find out how far the rabbit hole goes. You know what I'm saying? Just how deep the rabbit hole goes. So this rabbit is symbolic of the in-depthness of the matrix or the rabbit hole, because rabbits make holes, and that will take you down. And in the matrix too, and in rabbit holes too, it's not just one hole. There's multiple different routes or routes in a rabbit hole. So that's symbolic of the matrix, because this matrix ain't no one set way. That's why I've been telling people too, with all these different processes and stuff they be trying to do, all this correction status and all that. There's no one set way, because this matrix is designed where they didn't redesign. They constantly changing their rules and changing their this and redesigning shit and making different routes. You thought it was this way, and then you got to reset and go this way and change it up and do it that way. And so they constantly, it's like a rabbit hole. So that's why I be telling people, man, y'all keep doing all these researching this and looking up this and getting all caught up in the wisdom. You're never going to come to any understanding out of this, because all you're doing is going down the rabbit hole. Oh, I researched this. Oh, I found out this. Oh, did you know this? Oh, so I got some new information, y'all. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Oh, okay, man. All you doing is going down, further down, all through all the different routes of this rabbit hole, of this matrix. And if we say we're trying to get out of the matrix, then why are you trying to discover every goddamn route in the shit, nigga? How about you turn around and say, well, we went so far into this shit, let's turn around and get the fuck out. Instead of you going so more deeper down into it, as if going deeper into the rabbit hole is going to get you out of it. No, going the opposite way is going to get you out, not going deeper into it. Because if that's the case, then you might as well say, well, you're not defeating the matrix, you're joining the matrix, or you're becoming the matrix. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, are we upholding this matrix, or are we trying to come out of this matrix? Which one? Is it one or the other? You can't have it both ways. And like I say, no, well, actually you can, but to a certain degree. Meaning, just like Neo and them and Morpheus and them Trinity, with the going in and out of the matrix, but they had missions, they had reasons, they were fighting the agents, they were fighting the system, fighting the power, so to speak. They wasn't going along with the system, they wasn't getting down with it and just trying to seem like, oh, hey, I know this system better than anybody else. Hey, look at me, look what I researched, look what I discovered. I know the whole system. I know everything. Look at me, I know all of this. Okay, but that means that you know all of that, but you in a reverse polarity sense, you would be more brainwashed than anyone, because you're just, like I said, you just keep going all in deep into the rabbit hole, and you're never going to get out of the matrix, which means you can never get anyone else out of the matrix either. All you're teaching them is how to actually add on to the matrix, or add on within the matrix. Now, you can add on within the matrix until you find a way to, boost yourself out of this matrix. You know what I'm saying? Type thing. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is, don't get caught up in the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Now, you could take the blue pill and see how deep the rabbit hole goes, but that don't mean you have to go all through the rabbit hole. That's why Neo, he came to the realization. Remember in what was it, in the Reload, or what was the first one, when he realized, he said, yo, man, let me stop fighting the agents, man. Like, this shit is like, man, listen, I don't need to fight them because they're fake anyway. They're not even real. You know what I'm saying? So once he realized that and he came to the realization, everything became easy to him. Then he just started to see them for what they were. And he started to break down he started to see everything in mathematical codes. Like you see the green lines and everything. See, he's seen everything for what it was, not for what it appeared to be. Meaning his third eye was truly open. His shit was on fleek. And then he was just then he was like seconds, just like the Jedi in Star Wars. He was like milliseconds ahead of everybody. That's why he was able to fight the agent with one arm, one hand, like yeah, oh yeah. While he was doing some other shit over here, he was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's the science. You know what I'm saying? That's where he realized, yo, let me stop fighting them. Let me stop going deeper and deeper and deeper into them. Let me just realize who I am and just make my stand. And then that way you shut the whole shit down, because the fake cannot stand up against the real. The dead cannot stand amongst the living. So once you show the fact that you are alive, anything dead has no stance. So anyway, let's go. So you see the rabbit, you see the star, and the star is also symbolic of the child, you know what I'm saying? And you see the flowers right here representing fertility, because the rabbit also represents fertility, like an Easter, which is Esther, you read the Bible and shit, you know what I'm saying? Esther in the Bible and all of that, and how she would have sex with her son Nimrod, who they say Nimrod was a motherfucker, because they were trying to resurrect who was the father? Isaac. Yeah, they were trying to resurrect Isaac. You know what I'm saying? Who was the father? So symbolically, they would have sex by this tree stump, and they would do it rapidly, like rabbits have sex rapidly. You know what I'm saying? Representing fertility. You know what I'm saying? And now, even though it gets fairy tale with the holidays, the so-called holy days, and all that, where they come with the Easter bunny with the laying chocolate eggs and all that shit. We know damn well they don't Easter bunny lay eggs, first of all, let alone chocolate eggs, but they don't lay eggs at all. But the eggs are symbolic to something hatching and bringing forth a new birth, symbolic of Easter. Easter is supposed to be the equinox, which represents the light resurrecting from the darkness. Yeah. Hold on, babe. I'm on my thing. I'll be with you in a little bit, babe.
If you want the truth, you're going to have to follow me.
Right. And Pete, right. Now, what she said, if you want the truth, Neo, you're going to have to follow me. And it says, and you know you've gone too far. Oh, she's about to get back into the song. Now, and that's what I was telling you too. You know you're going too far when you get down that damn rabbit hole too far. But besides is that she said, now if you want the truth, you're gonna have to follow me. And notice the woman, she has blue hair. You know what I'm saying? She has blue hair. See, she putting on her shades with the blue hair. And the blue is symbolic to the blue pill, because the blue is symbolic to you know, finding out the truth, coming into the light. And look at where they're standing now. She said, if you want the truth, Neo, you're gonna have to follow me. And then she opens the door, and the door is full of light. You know what I'm saying? Full of light, as in they walking into the light. You know what I'm saying? Coming into the light. Now, boom, and you know you've gone too far. Because when they step through that door, right? Now that door was a light, and you see them coming out of like this like portal looking thing, you know what I'm saying? Because the light is exactly that. It's a portal into the truth. So now she brings him into the private sector. She just brought him into the private. She went out into the public to gather him, you know what I'm saying? And brought him into the private sector. Just like the gods, we go out in the streets and we teach and we bring brothers into the nation, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. They doing the same thing. They like the 5%, you know what I'm saying? They're doing the same thing. So she's with the blue hair, and he's you know what I'm saying, he's following her with the blue hair, you know what I'm saying? She looking all cool and shit, got her shades on and all that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And now let's listen back to the words of the song, to the lady in the song. And you know you've gone too far.
The only thing that matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting.
Now, He said, the only thing that matters to you is why you're still here. I know you're still fighting. And when they show that, you see him holding Trinity's hand, and excuse me, look like they're about to kiss, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he's in love with Trinity. So now that's what I was saying. Now is this dude trying to manipulate Neo's emotions, you know what I'm saying? And see, and that was deep too. Like he's like, yeah, and that's exactly what he's trying to do, trying to use Trinity as a reason to keep him in the matrix or some shit, or trying to use that emotion to try to keep him trapped to where he wants him to be, to try to guide his mind where he wants it. And that's why Neo said,
and why you will never give up. You don't know me. No?
you know what I mean? Neo had to let him know, like, hold up, homie. You know what I'm saying? You don't know me like that, fam. Get back. You don't know me like that. You know what I'm saying? You had to let him know, fam. You don't know me. I don't know what you think this is, fam. Like, hold up, fam. I ain't caught up over no wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And that's the science of chess. The king, you don't get caught up with your queen. Like, you know how sometimes you take a person's queen in chess and they whole game fold. They don't know what to do now. Oh, you lost the queen. They don't know how to play now. Man, listen, I can play with the queen or without the queen. I mean, it's gonna be harder without the queen, but I still know how to survive without the queen. So Neo, that was symbolic to him, letting him know as a king, him staying in his square, like, yo, man, don't try to manipulate me with the queen. Don't try to use the queen to manipulate me. Like, you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the knowledge. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one. He's the knowledge, the one. And he stood his square, and he even let Morpheus know who's supposed to be his. Like I said, you know, this guy is supposed to be the new Morpheus in this movie. Now, I didn't see the movie, but I'm assuming if he's supposed to be the new Morpheus, or the dude that's playing Morpheus in the movie, I don't understand why. Well, I mean, I understand why, like I just broke down, but like I said, due to the prior relationship of him and Morpheus, why they would be battling. But like I said, they battled in the first one too. It's just like a friendly spar. It's not like, you know, nobody's actually getting hurt in the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know, but like I said, now that's what brought me to that, because Neo, he was in the real world and in the Matrix. So like I said, he's giving Morpheus a new, or whoever this guy is, a new awakening that like, listen, you don't know me, you don't know what I've been through, you know what I'm saying, or where my mind is at, so don't try to manipulate me. And he had to let him feel the force, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you just seen the sign that says this Christmas. Now that brought me back into what I was saying about the winter solstice, you know what I'm saying, as to, you know, dealing with Christmas or Christ Mass. Christmas or Christ Mass means the masses that believe in Christ. Oh, and as I'm just thinking now, Mass is also short for Messiah. So Christ Mass, Christ the Messiah, Christ Messiah. And Christ simply means the anointed one. Messiah means self-savior, or an expected savior or liberator, one who is to set his people free of oppression. So Christmas, right? It's coming around about Christmas. And now, like I said, now Neo, he's supposed to represent the solar Messiah, the Christ figure, so to speak. Just like, remember in the first part, before when he at the end, when he had like not exploded, but like you know, they showed him like symbolic, like he was on a cross and his light was all with the light of his body. He had all the light around it, representing the light body. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they also incorporating the whole Christianity theme into this. But like I say, when you know your history, you know it's going back to the ancient African or ancient Kemetic science of, you know, Horus, you know, and the winter solstice and so forth and so forth. So it's coming out on December 22nd. December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th represents the 3-day death of the sun. And now, Pete, this prediction too. This is my prophecy. Due to us all about mathematics. Then on the 25th, they say the 3-day death of the sun, and then and this is all dark. The sun resides in the Crux constellation. Crux being the root word of crucifixion. So when they say Jesus died on the cross or was crucified on the cross, this is because the sun resides in the Crux constellation during this 3-day. What was known to the ancient people as a 3-day death of the sun, December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. the sun resides in the Crux constellation. And the Crux constellation, if you look at it, is 4 major stars in that constellation, which are shaped like the cross. Hence the word crux. The word crux means cross. You know what I'm saying? So the crucifixion was the crucifixion was dealing with the Crux constellation, the sun dying symbolically, as I say, as above, so below. But when you get into the mythological story of the Bible, they don't break down the astrological science of it. They only give you the earthly fairy tale to say, oh, Jesus, he died on the cross and he was dead for 3 days and he resurrected and he was brought back to life. But no, that means that it's a 3-day death of the sun, and then the sun rises 1 degree on December 25th, bringing back light to the planet, light to the earth, representing the resurrection of the sun, S-U-N. And that story was taken to say the resurrection of the sun, S-O-N. So, you know, as above, so below. But like I said, you got to understand the astrology of it, of where it all came from. So, like I said, it said it's coming out on December 25th. Now, my prediction is that this movie is going to make $25 million by December 25th. So that's just my little prediction and my number scheme of how I think they're going to play that movie out due to the mathematics of how they set it up. So, you know, let's just see if that comes true. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to make 25 million or over 25 million, no less than 25 million off this movie, you know, before or on December 25th. You know what I mean? So anyway.
It's still here. I know it's why you're still fighting, and why you will never give up.
You don't know me.
You don't know me like that. You know? My people, keep the words, y'all. Keep the words. It said now, you seen this motherfucker just change his whole head, right? The agent just changed up, right? And I just let you know who are the agents, the fucking police. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? The motherfucker that'll switch up in a second. So anyway, which it says when logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead. And then you see this dude's head just change, right? Symbolic of the head. Now do the knowledge to the head. Have fallen sloppy dead. And like I said, do the knowledge to the head. This dude, he just put a gun to Neo's head. You see this? He put the gun to Neo's head. And when Neo, and now peep this too, this is science. Now they're at this point, he's fighting the Matrix, he's fighting the agent, so they must be in the Matrix. Now Neo is looking kind of fearful right here. Why is he looking fearful? Remember, because in the other Matrix, after he realized that the agents was fake and all of that, he didn't fear them anymore. So now at this moment, why is he feeling fearful? Like I said, because I think it's because, you know, his mind is like having flashbacks of the past worlds he's been through, the past things he's been through, and knowing that he's real and then realizing that, okay, I know I'm real, and then I re-entered this matrix. The first time when he first entered the matrix, he had no knowledge of the matrix. He didn't know anything about that. So when they brought him in, it was like his first time experiencing all of this. But now that he's going back into the matrix, now he has like prior experience, and he has flashbacks of the past. So now it's kind of like a double-minded thing. Like, okay, I know for a fact that I'm real. I'm in this world. But now he's still carrying maybe some of the mentality of the real world into the matrix. So that's why he possibly fears death at this moment right here. And listen to the words too, it's saying, when the logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead, meaning when there is no more logic in the world, when everything is just sloppy dead and everybody's wilding out. It's all anarchy, as you can see right here. Everybody's just wilding out. You know what I'm saying? And the white knight is talking backwards. Now, we know that, and you know, like I said, we're dealing with chess. Now, the white knight, what is the white knight? The white knight is the opposing knight of the black knight. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's going to make this a racial thing. Everything is racial, goddammit. Life is a chess game. Two sides, the best remains. And that's to quote the God AZ. So you better know chess. Know your Sun Tzu said, know your enemy, know yourself. You know what I'm saying? He said, when you know your enemy and you don't know yourself, you have a 50% chance of winning. When you when you know yourself and you don't know your enemy, you have a 50% chance of winning. When you don't know yourself but you know your enemy, you have a 50% chance of winning. But when you know yourself and you know your enemy, man, you obviously got a 100% chance of winning. But when you don't know yourself or don't know your enemy, then you know you're bound to fail. You know what I'm saying? Basically, and that's that's not exact words, but it's a paraphrase. You know, the gist of the quote. You know, it's what it says that. You know what it means. So now it says, now as the white knight is talking backwards. So now when you got the white knight, because we know who the original knight is, you know, the black knight, and you do the knowledge to the word knight. The word knight, like I say, knight in shining armor. Now we know they talk about the black man, because the shining armor, as you would refer to like a knight, you see the shining armor, because we know the shining armor is just a shining armor. But the quote says the knight in shining armor. So who is the actual knight? The knight is the one whose skin is as dark as the night. That's why they were referred to as knights, because their skin was as dark as the night's. So when you see the knight in shining armor, the shining armor, was just the armor that the knight wore, but the actual knight is the black man. So when it says the white knight is talking backwards, that's like Uncle Tom ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? Nigga black as a motherfucker, but you talking like you white, or you talking backwards, you know what I'm saying? The white knight is talking backwards. The black man is talking backwards. Repeat the next line. And the red queen's off with her head. The red queen. Now, watch how they're going to show Trinity. You see, she's raging. She's mad. Her face is red. The red queen's off with her head. Her head, she's out of control. She's raging. She's mad. You know what I'm saying? So when the white knight is talking backwards, when you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, God damn it, you know what I'm saying? The queen going wild out. And now, even though we know particularly she may be a white woman per se, but she's always wearing black in the movie, just like Neo's always wearing black in the movie, showing and proving that they're representing the black man and the black woman. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's the red queen's off with her head. And remember before it showed how the dude had the gun to Neo's head, like he's about to blow Neo's head off or something, you know what I'm saying? And the red queen is off with her head. So like, and another thing is too, like, no, you can't try to kill the queen, because you can't try to kill the king. Try to kill the king, the queen going wild out. The queen gonna do everything she can before you kill the king, because the king, although the queen is most powerful, the king is the most vital. Yes, darling.
Get on the train.
Sure, I don't have it, baby. Sorry. Look at the thing over there. don't know. Here you go. Thank you. Have a nice day. Anyway, and the queen with her, all right, so the offer her. So you see her raging, she's wilding out. So now, like I said, the queen's gonna do everything she can before you kill the king, because even though the queen is most powerful, the king is the most vital. So if the king dies, everybody dies. If the king dies, the game is over. Everything's over. You know what I'm saying? So the queen's gonna do everything she can before she allows the king to die. A righteous queen. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's get it. And you know, Trinity was. Oh, and see, and now also too. Now peep that too. You see how this guy who's supposed to be playing Neo, Morpheus or whatever. You see how he just touched the thing and he backed up like, oh snap! Like he couldn't even believe it that was what it was. As if like his mind was blown. He had an epiphany. The sun rose on him and he halted on his thigh. You know what I mean? As if like he couldn't believe it, even though he's in the Matrix. And like I was saying, maybe Neo was showing him the real world as opposed to how Morpheus was showing Neo the Matrix. Maybe in this version, Neo was showing Morpheus the real world, you know what I'm saying? And maybe he couldn't believe it. He had some kind of epiphany, you know what I'm saying, on that. You know what I mean? And it says, remember what the dormouse said. I don't know what that word means. Let me look that up real fast. Everything had a meaning. I said, remember what the dormouse said. The dorm. And also going back to before when Whatchclaw was walking through the door of light. The dormouse. Okay, dormouse. Yeah, I wrote it. Yeah, I was thinking that. A dormouse is a rodent of the family Gilridae. Dormice are nocturnal animals found in Africa, Asia, and Europe, and are particularly known for their long period of hibernation. Oh, see, so that's deep right there, right? See, like I say, everything has some symbolic meaning. It says the dormouse is dormice are nocturnal animals, meaning they could see at night. They could see in the darkness. You see what I'm saying? So that's symbolic of like the owl, you know what I'm saying? The owl can see in the darkness as well. It's nocturnal. And it says that they are known for their long period of hibernation. So even though they sleep a long time, they can still see in the dark. So they're known for sleeping a long time, just like a lot of people have been sleeping a long time. But when you wake your ass up, you better be able to see what the fuck is going on. Don't act like you're in the darkness. Because you're awake now, you can see the light. You know what I'm saying? The light is shining. You know what I'm saying? You know, even sometimes when somebody, it's like sometimes it might be a rude awakening. People don't want to wake up. You got to shake them and turn the light on. And they be like, come on, I don't want to go. But nah, shit is real. Wake up. So anyway, remember what the dormouse said. The one who's been sleeping for a long time but can still see in the dark. Remember what the dormouse said. Feed your head. And she's gonna say it like 2 more times. Feed your head. And so now remember, like they were saying before about the head, you know what I'm saying? It's off with the head. So instead of it being off with the head, remember what the dormouse said and feed your head. You know what I'm saying? Feed your head the proper knowledge, the proper wisdom, so you can have the proper understanding, so you can see what you need to see, you know what I'm saying, in this world. You can see things for what they truly are in the real world and not for what they appear to be in the Matrix, you know what I'm saying? Because remember, the Matrix may trick your ass, you know what I'm saying? Because you might thinking that shit is real, but it ain't real, you know what I'm saying? Remember in the first Matrix when Cypher, you know what I'm saying, the nigga that traded on everybody, the traitor, Cypher, he was making a deal with the agents to set up Neo, and they gave him the steak and the wine, and he was like, even though I know it's not real, it tastes so, it tastes so good or whatever. And he was like, basically, and that's symbolic of people, even though they know a lot of stuff that they chase in life is immaterial, it's not real, but due to their empty heads, being that they haven't fed their head proper knowledge, they are perishing due to a lack of that knowledge. And these immaterial things make them feel like they have some kind of substance in life, as if they've accomplished something. But remember, it says gain is not godliness. Saying gain is not godliness, because what is a man that gained the whole world yet lose his own soul? So gain is not godliness. All the material things you gain doesn't define godliness. Because don't the scriptures say, in all thy gain understanding. So the only way you're going to gain understanding is through knowledge and wisdom. You have to know what you're doing to properly understand something. So somebody like, man, move out the way, man. You don't even know what you're doing, man. Look, let me show you how to do this. You know what I'm saying? And then after you see them do it the right way, you be like, oh, okay, now I understand. Because you wasn't doing it the right way. Now they showed you the right way to do it. Now you understand. So you gotta feed your head. You gotta feed your head the proper knowledge and wisdom so you can understand the things of life. You know what I'm saying? And not be blind and living in a matrix like that's a fun place to be. You know what I'm saying? That's just being irresponsible. Nobody wants knowledge because nobody wants to be responsible. So, like I said, remember when, like I was saying before about how when in the Garden of Eden, Eve had got the knowledge of good and evil, but she didn't use that knowledge to enslave Adam or to keep him in the dark to where he didn't have the knowledge. She brought the knowledge to him so that he could be on God mode, just like she was, so that he could have the knowledge like she had. She wasn't selfish. She did what a woman should do, is empower her man. She didn't leave him powerless and then try to rule over him because he didn't have knowledge. She gave him the knowledge that would empower him. So the same thing Trinity did. She came to Neo. This is the second time she found him. You know what I'm saying? Lost and found. She found him again, and she brought him the blue pill and opened up his eyes so he could see. And now look at them. They're flying together. See them? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. See that?
After all these years, to be going back to where it started. Back to the Matrix.
Blah, blah, blah. See, and that's, let me just let that play. You know what I'm saying? So there they go. We're going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? You see, you got the cheesy guy. Yeah, back to the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it is, man. Like that's, like I said, like that's a fun place to be. Like, nah, man, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Like Eddie Murphy said, not falling for the banana in the tailpipe, man. Fuck that bullshit, nigga. We with that bullshit. So anyway, I wanted to look up the word matrix, not the movie, the definition. All right, it says matrix, an environment or material in which something develops, a surrounding medium of structure. Free choice becomes the matrix of human life. Yeah, right. We're living in, yeah, right. Okay, I would love to live in a world where that's really real. Okay, a mass of fine-grained rock in which gems, crystals, or fossils are embedded. In mathematics, a matrix, a set of numbers arranged in a row. Like you see right here, you see all these things going down, these numbers right here, they play these codes, these mathematical codes. Those are matrix right there. It says a set of numbers arranged in a row or column so as if to form a rectangular array. The numbers are called the elements or entries of the matrix. Matrices have wide applications in engineering, physics, economics, and statistics, as well as various branches of mathematics. See, so like I said, Neo, when his third eye was open, he knew his mathematics. He could see everything in mathematical codes. You know what I'm saying? All of this is real, man. Like, it's all symbolic. You see, I just look at see all them codes going down. See the mathematical codes. You know what I'm saying? Those are all codes. Those are matrix right there. Those are matrix in mathematics. You know what I'm saying? And in medical language, okay, here we go. Yeah, see, medical definition. It says matrix, the interstellar substance of a tissue, a bone matrix, or the tissue from which a structure develops, as hair, nails, matrix. When I was in medical school, it said that matrix is a womb or an office. You know what I'm saying? So a womb, as you can see, defined as the intercellular substance of a tissue. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the matrix of it. So the same thing like a womb, the woman's womb, her vagina is a matrix and her uterus is a matrix, because that's where the baby is developing inside of. It says the structure or the tissue from which a structure develops. You know what I'm saying? So like a baby inside the womb, inside the uterus, it's developing inside that matrix. You know what I'm saying? And also matrix, as in matri, is the root word of matrilineal, as in the woman, the lineage of the woman. You know what I'm saying? Or matrilineal, or even the word matrimony. When a man and woman get married, and they say, do you take this woman for richer, for poor, for better, for worse, to be together in holy matrimony? Matri means womb, and moni means money. So the matrimony is the womb money, the matrix money, the money you pay for the womb. So when you marry a woman, you are literally paying for the pussy. Pardon my language, but I had to say it real like that, so you get it real like that. When you marry a woman, you are paying for the womb. You are putting up money for the matri. That's matrimony. You know what I'm saying? The money you put up for the matri. And as in Islamic law or in Islamic culture, they call it dowry. You know what I'm saying? That's where when a woman gets married in Islam, the man, he has to provide dowry for the woman's father, for the woman herself, for the children, you know, if they have children in the future, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has to put up a dowry, like 3 forms of dowry, you know what I'm saying? And all of that, you know what I'm saying? To pay for this woman, you know what I mean? Now, back in the days, if it wasn't money, it was like, yo, if you got cattle, sheep, herds, something, you had to put up something, you know what I'm saying? A value to marry a man's a man's daughter. You had to add something of value to his empire, to his kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you had sheep or cattle or something that could produce, you know, more wealth and more whatever, you know what I mean? You had to sacrifice that. That had to be part of your dowry or your matrimony. Nowadays, they kind of do it in reverse. They see it as, oh, you could just marry this woman up front, no down payment. And, in the future, if she feels like you ain't taking care of her, she could divorce your ass and put you up for alimony and child support and this and that and third and all that other shit. And we're the state, so this is what we love to do. Yeah, we love to separate especially black families. So yeah. This is all money for us. It keeps the courts going. It keeps everything going. Yeah, we love it. It's called the system, right? You grew up in it your whole life. You know what it is. Yeah. So, the system, the matrix. So this is what I'm trying to say, man. We got to feed our head. I ain't gonna let this go too long because this thing is actually over. So, we got to feed our head, man, so we can get up out of this matrix, man, because the matrix your ass. You think it's comfortable, you think it's cool, you think it's all good, and that's how you get caught up in the rabbit hole. And when you get caught up in that rabbit hole, you never get out. So my thing is to Let's get out of this matrix. Let's get out of this rabbit hole. I'm not trying to figure out how deep this rabbit hole goes. I'm not trying to figure out every single statute and law and this and that and figure out every man, listen, I got enough knowledge to rise above the state matrix. It's called international law. So if you ain't teaching about international law, I'm not really interested in anything you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people know that that's what it is and that's what we need to do. But maybe y'all not really ready to fly. A lot of y'all still moving like the tortoise and y'all not really to move like the rabbit. Woo, y'all trying to, y'all like a rabbit, y'all like a damn tortoise in the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? You moving like a tortoise in a rabbit hole. You ain't never gonna get out of there. You know what I'm saying? So you better realize that only the rabbit knows how to get out of the rabbit hole. So you better start thinking like the rabbit or learn the intelligence of the rabbit. Get the hell out of the rabbit hole. And then if you want to move slow like the tortoise, you can do so. But don't be moving slow like the tortoise while you stuck in the damn rabbit hole, because you ain't never going to get out. So that's my last message for the night, man. And on that note, I'm going to say peace.